Have you ever
The image
tried
a lot
all
better.
buttons in on 1176, attack to 7, release to 7, and crank the input?
I'm not trying to make a Linkin Park record, bruh.
I am. I quit.
I mean, it sounds great.
I will trade my SSL Fusion for your 2BQ.
Watch me do nothing. Oh my gosh, that was good.
Man.
All right, bro, let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
All
do
right.
it. Welcome. Thank you for all being here.
Bienvenidos.
Ife, thank you
What does
for
that
being
mean?
here.
Well,
me.
yeah, that was right. Okay, you looked at me funny like I did something wrong.
Me?
Like you looked at me like I said sausage or something.
I wouldn't be surprised if you said that.
Bienvenidos sausages.
All right. Oh, there's what I was looking for. I was looking for a little picture. I'm making a payment link right now.
All right.
Because that's what we do. Right?
Welcome to the NIW Space podcast. My name is Ife,
and my name is Jackson.
And last episode, his name was Yes.
Yes.
The NIW Space podcast, we talk about the ups and downs of being a recording artist from the perspective of the engineers and producers that you work with every day, along with several other topics as well. We care about the recording artists.
We do.
Right?
And we care about the future going forward of a lot of people doing everything by themselves. There's a lot of people producing, recording, mixing, and mastering their own records.
Absolutely.
And it's
a lot of work.
It is, but it's also, I feel like that's probably the most fun thing to do.
Doing everything?
Create something from nothing, start to finish.
Yeah, but I think that just like the way your band, like a band needs everybody else. I know a lot of musicians that can play everything, but they would rather still play with other people and hear other people's interpretation of a song.
Yeah.
Rather than
I think
just
you
them.
definitely have an advantage.
Oh, for sure. Knowing everything is definitely helpful. I think a recording artist who knows how to mix.
No, I'm saying you have an advantage with other people's input and help.
As a what?
Like just making music in general. Like more people is better than one.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But like you have an extreme advantage if say you have 3 people, all 3 of those people have the ability to make a song start to finish, full process. Now you're in some you've just created a beast.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But anyhow, today this episode is actually about plugins.
Yes.
Right? Plugins 101. Should you buy a ton of them? How do you avoid buying junk? And
yeah.
Is that what it's about, Eve?
Check the reviews.
I'm about to check the notes because, man, I have no idea how to avoid buying junk and get the tools you actually need.
Yeah. That's it. You got it right.
What they don't tell you before, you waste hundreds.
Or thousands.
I actually dropped a YouTube video. You should check it out about how much I spent on plugins.
Yeah. I'm going to do one too.
You probably spent a lot more.
Ah, dang it. It's going to be a very sad episode.
I spent I think it was around $6,500.
$6,500 on plugins?
That's just the plugins on my computer I have right now. There's still a ton on my old computer.
Bro, I've seen your scan.
I've
seen your scan.
500 scans.
I'm at 2,000, bro.
Really?
Yes.
You've got a problem.
Yeah. I used to have a problem. Not anymore.
I'm going to have a problem today.
But it's too late. I already wasted a bunch of money.
I'm buying that Waves plugin just to do a YouTube review.
Just get a demo and get it over with, man.
Do they do demos?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah, Waves does demos.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they make it hard for you to notice, but they do demos.
I'm going to do the demo and do a YouTube video on it.
Oh, actually, you can just download it and it will mute it ever so often or whatever with full functionality. That's enough for you to test it out.
I saw the IK multimedia plugins.
They do that?
They did it where every so often, the most obnoxious. Yeah, I was like, yo, they really do not want me to get this.
Yeah.
I'm about to go in that plugin
they just want you to fall in love
and recode it.
Yeah.
Jeff, help me recode the plugin.
That's called crack.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I thought you were talking about just cracking.
So let me ask you a question. When did you stop cracking plugins?
I've never cracked a plugin.
When did you stop using crack plugins?
When I got my new computer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I had a.
You knew how to crack plugins?
No. That's what I meant. Like when was it?
Oh.
I stopped using crack plugins when I decided that I want to start making money off of music, because I was thinking to myself and like, hey, if I want somebody to pay me for the hard work that I'm putting in, it's only fair that I pay for the hard work that somebody else has put in.
Mm.
But before, when I was just kind of like having fun with it, I was just, send me the cracks.
Mm-hmm.
Send me the crack.
Give me all the crack.
Give me all the crack, bruh. Man, you should clip that.
Oh, gosh. We're going to jail. We're going to jail.
Nah, but no more cracks around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
pull my pants up all the way.
how do you honestly
that went right over your head, didn't it?
I wasn't listening. What did you say?
I said no more cracks over here. Pull my pants up all the way.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, we were at the gym earlier today and Ife's butt crack was hanging all out. I didn't say anything.
For real?
No. I should have dragged that on a little longer.
You should have.
Dang it.
I think my face. And
Because
my
I was like,
expression just
I knew you were
felt
gonna
guilty.
I knew you were gonna believe it for sure.
I sure did.
Because
Because you know what my wife does?
what?
Whenever I got my crack hanging out like that, she'll just take a picture and just show it to me.
Like 3 hours later, after y'all been walking around, your phone, she's like, "Oh, this was 3 hours ago."
Oh,
Dude,
man.
that's crazy. I've never. I guess I would never know, but I can't ever think about a time when my butt crack was hanging.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. You must have some crappy people
unfortunately,
around you.
yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Unfortunately, I surround myself with people who just be like,
yeah. Oh, look at him. Oh, look at him. Look at that.
These guys.
Anyway,
stupid.
let's get to this. Let's get to this.
Yeah. So, all right. Buying plugins is like, what's the desire? Like, what is it? What are we being sold on? Like,
So,
it's going to transform our sound?
Can I tell you something that I hear a lot
Yeah.
from a lot of people talk about plugins and what to buy, what not to buy? I always hear this, oh, use your DAW's plugins. Once you master those, then you can go venture out. To me, that's absolute nonsense, because plugins are like, plugins are like shoes, right? The ones that come in your DAW are like good old,
Skechers.
$20 Skechers, $30 Skechers, or whatever. Sometimes you want some, Nike Dunks, or you want some cowboy boots. You know what I'm saying? You just want something to, just get you inspired, make you feel good, put a little spring in your step. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe in that. I don't think. I mean, it's nice that you have everything that you need right then and there when you open your DAW, but I don't think that should be the thing.
I think them being so simple-minded is kind of an issue.
Who's
So
being simple-minded?
Like a lot of stock plugins, because you want to become dependent on a plugin that allows you to grow in your knowledge of the thing you're doing. So, like an example, I used to use the Logic's stock EQ for everything, and I got so used to like the range of it and like just how it worked, was spread out. Yeah, how it worked and all these things. And so eventually I got into Pro Q3, and it was kind of like a difficult transition. And like I would still find myself reaching for, like there was a whole month where I was like having to force myself to use the Pro Q3. So I'm not about to waste $170 and not use the dang plugin.
I'm mad you remember exactly how much it cost.
Oh,
but
dude,
you're right.
I remember
$169.99.
I was like, buy.
Yeah,
I was like force myself to use to get it, but it ends up working out well. But it's hard when you don't have the experience with plugins to find out what is going to suit you the best.
That's why demos exist. I think
Is a demo long enough to give you that time?
Absolutely.
But like,
you know what? I think people use demos wrong.
But you're not able to experiment. Like, say they give you 14 days.
Yeah.
You're not experiment. Like, most of the time at the table is spent working on clients where you don't have really the time.
Then you got to cut out some time, bro. Like, seriously.
Then what source material do you experiment with?
Anything. You can find like you can go to Splice if you have Splice or an old session that you've done and just pull a vocal in, or grab an old session that you've already done. And if it's a reverb plugin, take out the reverb that you use in that session and replace it with a new one. You're familiar with the session, you're familiar with the sound, and you just go crazy with it.
Yeah.
You go, I mean, you try, you exaggerate the sound, see what it really sounds like, the character of that reverb, or if it's a compressor, you really pin the heck out of it. See what it really, what does this compressor fall apart? Because every compressor has a fall apart point where they code it up to, literally, and with this EQ, what is it really doing? Go crazy with the bands and put 12 dBs, 30, see what it sounds like compared to something else that you and just see what it really feels like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't play with stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they should. And maybe the reason why I know to do that is because when you spend like the price of a car on a piece of hardware, then you really got to play with it.
Right.
So I get a piece of hardware and I'm like, I go crazy with the knobs because I want to see what this thing's all about.
Yeah.
Where does it crumble? Where does it start sounding bad? And then when it sounds good, how does it sound good? How much gain should be coming into it? How much voltage should be coming into it for it to really sound good? You got to do the same thing with plugins. You can do that in 30 minutes with any plugin.
Yeah.
An hour, maybe.
Yeah. But for me, a plugin, it's like, I guess I see that, what you're saying. That's absolutely true.
A second ago, I don't mean to cut you off, but a second ago, you said you didn't even know that Waves did demos.
They're so dang cheap. I was buy it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that because it adds up, bro.
It does.
Yeah, it
I
adds
think I
up.
know that. I added it all up.
That's what I'm saying. It adds up.
It was traumatizing.
Yeah.
I was like, no, honestly, I would give up. I'd sell all my plugins for $6,500 right now.
Yeah.
And just buy back the ones I know I use.
Do you know the reason why that plugin from Waves didn't really like get my interest too much?
Which
it was
one?
The one you said you wanted to get.
Oh.
It was too colorful. It was too pretty.
But that's why I want to get it, is because I know that's attracting a lot of young people in the game.
Yeah.
So I want to get it to do a video on it and be fully transparent. That's my
Okay,
whole reasoning behind.
You didn't say that's the reason when to get
I
it.
did. You stopped listening halfway
No,
through.
I didn't.
I
You're like, I
promise
want to
you.
get this. Oh my god! You said you have
dude,
plug-in.
I remember
you said
saying
you had
it.
plug-in Fever.
Dude, no, I remember saying it and looking up, and you
And I
were
was doing
staring
something
at your
else?
phone, and I was like,
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna keep saying
Sorry.
it. And I
Okay,
finished
I
saying,
apologize. I apologize.
promise you,
I
I said it.
apologize.
It's okay. It's fine. Because either way, I was just gonna do it.
Okay.
You know?
If that's what you're doing, then great.
No,
Get the
that's-
demo. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube. They'll do a demo. I mean, they'll do a whole review off a demo.
You use God Particle, the greatest GUI of all time.
Yeah, but I was sold on Jason Joshua, not on the little sparkly things in it.
I know.
And guess what? I can send you a file. There's another engineer, a good friend of mine, that Jason Joshua on Mix with the Masters. He actually went through his Ozone 4 settings mixed with McDSP's multiband compressor. That's what the multiband comes from on there. Is McDSP's multiband. So he uses the McDSP multiband and Ozone 4 and one or two other things to get his sound, which is what he says is in Ozone. I have a file that has instructions on how to build his chain, his mix bus chain off of those plugins, but I couldn't get back to Ozone 4. I was using Ozone 7 or something like that.
Yeah, what are they at now? 11 or 12?
It's at 11 now. 12 is about to drop.
Woo!
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So, I got it for that reason. I could care less if, I mean, I want to, GUI to look good, but
yeah,
like Fat Filter is like classy.
They came up with their own like futuristic yet vintage yet innovative yet everything is like
it's just laid out so good.
It's timeless, like timeless delay.
Yeah.
Fire plugin.
They knew they were doing.
Oh my gosh, that thing is amazing. I love it so freaking much.
Their plugins are poetic, bro.
A fun trick that I like to do is like set it to the craziest setting I can come up with that I hear spots where I was like, ooh, that was a cool throw. And I'll create the delay as a track, solo it, bounce it out, bring it back in, and go through and cut it to specific parts where I want it. It's like automation, but then I can manipulate that track on top of it. I like doing that. It's pretty fun. But here is a good point.
Sure, it's good.
No, here's a good point. If so like people buy a bunch of plugins, and the reality of it is this: the more plugins you have, the less time you'll spend mastering a handful that will be like your select go-to. But you won't find that handful unless you shop around. And like you said, buy demos. Unfortunately, my history with plugins is watch a YouTube video, buy it, and then I realize I hate it. Yeah, that's just the reality of my journey through it. I feel like demos just recently became like a big popular thing.
No, you just realized it recently.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. But
so what happens when people do that? When people splurge on plugins, what makes them do it? Is it the marketing? Is it the YouTube videos of YouTube creators that they trust and like? What do you think causes it?
do you have any siblings?
Yeah.
You do? Do you remember being a kid and like walking through the store? Did you ever have a sibling, or maybe you were that sibling? So whenever I'd walk through a store and like I would touch something and go, oh, that feels really good. My brother would be following me. Like he literally, it's like he got possessed. He had to touch it if I touched it.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, my daughter and my son are like that.
Right. So my point being, I'll see like a really qualified engineer on YouTube or something slowly turning the knob on a plugin.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like I can touch it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really want to do that right now. Like I really want to turn that knob myself right this second. That's actually the reason I bought T-Rack 6 last night.
How many times have you seen a plugin manufacturer do a TV ad or even an Instagram ad, really? They're always collaborating with creators.
Yeah. That's how Safari Pedals came up. I did a collab with them in their early days.
Yeah.
Back when I didn't know. I mean, I was having fun doing my thing. Good stuff. And now now everyone they do it with is like high up.
Yeah, Leslie Brathwaite and a bunch of other people.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's a
And they just hit me up like, hey, bro, here's some plugins. You do a video. I was like, yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
But they thought about that, dude. Like in a matter of months, they just went right to the top.
Yeah.
And they're just in the game.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, I mean, they sound good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're good, it's going to happen. Like, for instance, there's this company, and I hate to bash on companies, but because so many people bashed on them, I had to try them out. Unison plugins.
I've never tried them.
Yeah, bruh, they sound
Unison MIDI chord pack.
They sound terrible. Yeah, that one. Those guys.
The Unison MIDI chord pack.
It sounds really bad. And I heard somebody talk. I don't know how true this is, but because I'm not going to be held accountable for defamation of character or whatever. But they were saying that they're taking a lot of stuff from FL and other whatever and just reskinning stock plugins, which is something else that a lot of plugin companies do.
And it would work.
Of course.
That would absolutely work.
They're making bank. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dude, you can absolutely do that.
So what should be the criteria? Like, how should people, do you meticulously just figure out, what do I need? Where am I lacking?
So let's think about our go-to plugins. Like, what are characteristics of
Bro,
like your
plugins? I think one plugin company that nobody will tell you is not a safe bet is FabFilter.
Is not a safe bet.
That nobody would tell you isn't a safe bet. Like, it's definitely a safe bet.
Oh.
It's FabFilter. FabFilter's EQ. And I think FabFilter's compressor because it can actually teach you how to compress.
Yeah,
better.
it showed me something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
I actually learned the most about compression with that one where it's like that. Zoop, zoop, zoop.
Oh, the knee and the threshold.
I learned that doing live sound at church. like because as you would adjust it, it would like, and I'd be like, oh, it's so obvious what happened. But yes, Pro C2
Yeah, Pro C2.
absolutely is amazing in the, like, the frequency section of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy helpful. That's my favorite compressor to use for side chaining
Yeah.
because I can just make it go all out.
Yeah. Pro C2 is amazing. And they even have like different types of compressors. So you can get like LA2A out of it. This one is like vocal.
Yeah.
Whatever. And when you see, you'll notice that the attack and release go away, grayed out because it's a LA2A now. You know, and it sounds great.
Yeah.
You know?
Love that plugin. Saturn 2.
Saturn's great.
Crazy.
It's Fat Filter stuff, some of them can get like really, really, really complex. Like Saturn can get complex. Timeless can get complex. The gate, you have to understand how gates really work, and you'll get around, you know. But Fat Filter, safe bet. Who else is a safe bet? Would you say Waves is a safe bet?
I'd say Waves is a safe bet for beginners, but don't get sold on the Do It Everything plugins. Don't get sold on the vocal strip plugins.
Mm-hmm.
I did. CLA vocals was fun when I had no idea what I was doing. There's another one they have.
The guitars, CLA guitars.
They have that one. There's another like it has a J in it. I don't know. This crazy looking vocal Do Everything. That's not really going to help you learn. You should get a great choice, like especially if you're just starting out, RVox.
But can I say something about that?
What?
Do they really want to learn or want to get music done? Because we're talking about
You want to learn? Do you want your
artists?
music to be the best it can be, or do you want it to be all right? CLA vocals is going to give you the same exact sound every single time.
Some people might want that. I'm just being a devil's advocate here.
I know, but I don't think it's in the best interest of your progress as somebody who's mixing any kind of music. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's not bad. Like, so I actually used to just use the spreader effect on CLA vocals. I thought it had a unique, like, super robotic sound that I liked.
How much of a novice were you? Did you ever try to use CLA Vox on a mono track and try to figure out why it sounded so phasey and nasty?
Yeah. But like, dude, I just would, like, oh, it sounds there. Next.
Yeah.
I would add it. I wouldn't remove it. I'd add something else trying to fit. Dude, I would add so many plugins.
A lot of the all-in-one plugins have like timed effects that do left, right, and like stereo, and people put them on mono tracks, and they're like, yeah, it sounds like crap. You know what I mean? And just kind of like shut them down, but
yeah,
they're using it wrong. You just gotta
crazy.
So I don't think we should tell people what plugins to get or not to get, but if you're gonna put a number on it, like if you spend this amount of money, you should be able to get high quality third-party plugins and be solid. How much money is that?
$300.
$300?
I'm like, what level of what level are we talking about here?
Fat Filter's EQ alone is $170. That's half your budget.
I don't think you need Pro Q3. I don't think you need Pro C2. If we're talking about grabbing, like somebody who's just getting into it, looking to grab something that they'll be able to grab for forever, you still use RVox. How much is that? $30?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
RVox is
you can get away with the every EQ and every DAW is pretty much good.
RVox is God level.
It's beautiful.
Like it's S tier, straight up.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Especially on female vocals. For me, in my mind, but yeah,
I'd probably. I don't know. We're getting
300.
But
you
dude,
said 300.
The other day I had to some guy paid me to build him a vocal chain, and all he had was all Waves plugins, and like, dude, they have a bundle that you could get for $300 that would like set you up.
I got my gold bundle for like 300.
Yeah. He wanted me to use Logic stock plugins in Waves. Jeff was there whenever I did it. Like the sound was fully there. There was no desire I had to use anything else that I had. But yeah, dude, I mean, $300 just to get that extra little sauce. I'd probably
So what would you buy for $300?
I'd probably buy Timeless because
Okay.
of I can have so many creative directions with it.
Okay.
That's all my creative like effects wise. I can even get it to sound like reverb.
Yeah.
So I get like a ton of different, and it's not that it's 120. That's not half my budget. So I've just cut out that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get a few waves. I'd get
That's
Arvox.
also 150.
I'd get Arvox, the de-esser.
De-esser. You have like $70 left.
I'd get their 1176.
You got like $40 left.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
You got to pay taxes, bro. Come on. You got $40 left. You got literally one plug-in left.
And then I'd buy Ozone 11.
You out of money over budget. I say $1,200.
12, no.
I say $1,200 because at the end of the day, people end up spending a whole lot more than that. A whole lot more. I'll say get the gold bundle on sale, and I promise you, Waves is always on sale. Like hold your breath and just refresh. It's gonna go on sale. Get it for $300. That's out the way. You get Arvox, you get RX, you get I think you get the LA2A. You get a bunch of really good plugins, like 30 of them or so, 20, 30. Done.
I'm changing my price.
Hold on. Done. No. I'm
going down to 200.
Okay.
Just kidding.
And then I would go Fat Filter. I will get the Fat Filter Q3 because if I'm collaborating with anybody, most likely they're going to know how to use Q3 because it's so popular. So somewhere we can, be together. For reverb, I'm going Vintage Verb Valhalla. It's $50.
Really?
And it sounds amazing, okay? There's still some people are still making Grammy winning records, top records with Valhalla Vintage Verb till this day. For a fact. So Vintage Verb is happening. I don't really care about their room stuff or whatever. What else? You can get the Shimmer of the Supermassive for free. That's awesome. Then we got to go Sound Toys. I'm getting instead of Timeless, I'm doing Echo Boy. Yes, sir.
That's still expensive though.
Yeah, I got $1,200, bro.
You paid $20 more for Timeless.
I got $1,200.
Mistake.
Okay.
Mistake.
I'm getting Auto-Tune.
Which Auto-Tune?
On Terry's Auto-Tune.
I'm using Logic stock Auto-Tune.
That's your business. We're getting Auto-Tune.
A lot of people say the new update, it sounds better than on Taurus.
Well, that's what they said. We don't know that for a fact.
Leslie said it.
Okay.
Just kidding. Sorry.
All right. I bet
just
Apple
lying.
probably paid him a bunch of money, but that's okay.
No, it actually sounds really crazy.
That's good.
Robotic. I don't use it.
But if they only use Logic, then hey, what we gonna do? And Terry's Auto-Tune, done. And then I'm gonna go UAD, and I'm gonna get their 1176. Right?
How much is that?
It's like, I don't know, on sales like between $50 and $100 now, right?
That's crazy to ask of somebody who doesn't understand compression though.
What 1170? Like what?
Spending $100 on a compressor.
I don't think so.
Like you got to think about who are we talking to? The
Because
person who has no idea.
They're not going to be in that same state forever. They're going to learn. They're going to watch you on YouTube. They're going to watch me on YouTube. They're going to watch us together.
So why
on
not
YouTube.
buy the Waves 1176? Learn what the 1176 does. You get a general understanding of how that compressor, how fast and aggressive it is.
Right. Remember,
You
we
might
got the
hate
gold
it.
bundle. It's in there. We already have one.
Okay.
But
So,
one thing that I've tested out by
See,
myself
I think you're
is that the Waves, the Waves plugins, they sound great, but only to a certain threshold. Once you start trying to really push them, they crumble a little bit and start distorting in ways that some people like. And if you want it really clean, longer before it starts breaking apart, you want to be a UAD side, So, and it keeps the.
Have you ever
the
tried
image a lot
all
better.
buttons in on 1176, attack to 7, release to 7, and crank the input.
I'm not trying to make a Linkin Park record, bruh.
I am. I quit.
I mean, it sounds great as a what's it called? In parallel or whatever.
You saw
But
Linkin Park got a new lead singer?
I think $1,200 is a good place to be because you'll get everything you need. I feel like it's a big enough budget to be like, hey, that's a lot of money I got to spend. You're going to respect that number, right? And then once you spend that money, you know that you're done because you know how much you spent. When you did your video about how much you spent, you were like, dang, you didn't realize how much you spent. But your initial budget might have been like lower, and then they suckered you into getting all these plugins. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I say that. And this is coming from a place of pain and hurt, bro. Because I promise you, I've spent at least 3 times what you spent. I promise.
That's sad.
Yeah. And I won't. If I could do it again, I would not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they could just buy. How much is an Apollo Twin?
Right. I even have hardware plugins. I have a Console 1. It's sitting under that desk, bro.
Oh my gosh. I got the whole SSL.
Oh, I'm going to cry. Just stop recording.
Stop.
Stop.
Oh, we can't.
Stop.
This guy, $1,200. Would you rather spend the $1,200 or would you rather spend the $300? I'm actually gonna plead the 17th, and I'm gonna up my price to $500.
Okay.
I think I could get it done with $300. We're not including like virtual instruments. We're talking about just mixing, like learning mixing.
And then we need something for mastering too.
I was gonna say, what are we using for the overall like just
God particle.
So one sec. That energy drink is kind of just coming up.
Bruh, you a hater. So what's yours? L2? Maximizer? Waves?
No.
What is it?
My kind of like, whoa, that's magical. That plugin?
Yeah. Let me get ready to throw
Fusion. SSL Fusion with
Shut up.
No. Actually, you know what it is? Here it is right here. You ready?
That's a $2,300 piece of hardware that you got to get cables for. That's come on.
I'm about to tell you.
Tell me.
The Oxford Inflator.
Oxford Inflator is a saturator, bro. But
it's just some general magic.
Nah.
Let me add it, bro.
Anyway, we might do a part 2 on this.
It's a saturator.
We got to do a part 2 on this.
You don't think the God particle is saturating?
We got to do a part 2 on this. We're out of tape. Man, but this has been the NIW Space podcast. This is my brother right here. We argue like little kids all the time.
You don't think the God particle saturates?
It does saturate. It does multi-band.
You told me you turn off the multi-band compression.
What?
You told me you turn off the multi-band compression.
Because I got like stuff that can do it, but we're talking about for people who don't know what they're really, really doing.
With my new $500, I'm adding Pro MB in.
Well, hey.
Case closed, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and launch a GoFundMe for $500.
I'm gonna launch one for $1,200. You know what? We're gonna launch a GoFundMe for each one of these, and then
no, we're not.
We're gonna gift it to somebody. We're gonna create the packages and send all the licenses to one person.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think we should just buy them. Let's buy the. All right, actually, we'll have this conversation off camera. We're about to run out of space. We got more to film, so thank you for watching.